Yeah. It's
Jaxson.
Oni J.P here. Luffy
Jaxson.
Phyllis. Jules Dot's video. Let's get into it.
You're so stupid. Okay, so do you remember what happened in Romance Dawn? Is that just when he got his powers,
That's when Luffy.
ate the fruit?
That's when he was in the barrel, and then he was like drifting the ocean, and then he was on Kobe's Alvita's ship, and then he saved Kobe, and then they went to go meet Zoro. That was
That
basically all.
happened all in Romance Dawn, or was that Orange Town?
4 episodes, bro. That was literally this. That was a romance. It was romance on
That happened in Romance Dawn. I mean, for an opener, I think it was for me personally. I think it was
B.
BC,
I
somewhere
say
around.
B. B.
Should there be B pluses and C pluses and pluses, or no?
I feel like it would just be too much. Nah, just put it in B.
I think B for no. I think it's gonna get a little bit leniency since it's the first arc in the show. Orange Town, on the other hand, I thought was okay.
Mid.
I thought it was mid myself. Yes,
Yeah.
I was
C.
thinking, I was thinking C because it's like not really getting any more with that. Buggy's not really that good of a antagonist at that time in the
Oh
show.
yeah, it's pretty boring. I don't know. Sierra is D, honestly.
I was gonna say the same thing. Sierra Village. What did he even do in that? He Usopp has his
Um.
girlfriend or
Yeah, he
girlfriend
was just
maybe,
telling my story or these stories because she was like sick or something.
and then there were like the kids that were like he was trying to like
Yeah, his crew,
impress,
quote
right,
unquote.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that shit was that was
Yeah.
pretty bad. Personally, I think Baratie though, Baratie was better. I think that
I
was a
think it's
better that was a better arc.
honestly. Maybe should add B plus. I was gonna say A, but
You
I feel
think
like it's B
Baratie's
plus.
A?
I said B plus. B is like that's why I said you should probably. I didn't think you should, but now I think you should because I don't think it's A. Not yet. Should be like B
Well,
plus.
at the end we could like rearrange it to where it's like at the top of
Oh, okay,
B.
I just put it in
You
B
know what
then.
I mean?
Yeah, I just put it in B.
Do I think Baratie's B? I could definitely agree with that. Yeah, for sure. I think Baratie was a very good character introduction arc for Sanji. Um, and I think there's a lot of different. Is that where they fought that one dude who was like supposed to be strong but kind of sucked?
Ooh, Don Creek.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was upsetting, but it was a fun time, fun arc. Arlong though, I think Arlong is very the first good arc in terms of like
Oh my god.
what
No, I just like I don't know.
I think
See.
Arlong is definitely the first good arc in terms of like monumental events happening in the show. Like
Hmm.
obviously, Usopp and Sanji kind of joined up in Zoro, but I mean, and Nami. But I think this is like the first real big arc. Now, granted, I think it is
Yeah.
like I don't remember if the pacing was good. I just remember Nami's
No, it wasn't.
Nami's backstory was kind of bad. Not bad. It was just boring at a lot of points. I think
I
the
mean,
ending was very satisfying.
it was cool. I liked it. I'd say A tier, honestly. Maybe B plus A, but we don't have
I
B
was
plus.
thinking like a B plus, like high B.
Uh, yeah, I
Honestly,
guess that's fine. I guess you can leave it there.
I think I'm gonna leave it here for right now because it's like it's good. I don't know. We'll revisit that one.
I think it was a better pace than the IBA, but it's kind of slow. So keep it
I
B.
mean, the pacing in a lot of these arcs are really atrocious, but
Yeah, but I don't think the content was good enough to overlook the pacing,
yeah.
if that makes sense.
What happened in Loguetown again? You said it's when
That's when Smoke got introduced,
we
I
met
believe.
Dragon though for the first time, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's when Luffy was about to get executed. It was entertaining.
What do you mean?
Honestly,
When was he getting
like remember when
executed?
Buggy and Alvida, that's when Alvida got skinny because she ate her fruit.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they like put up on Luffy trying to kill him, and then
Mm.
he was about to get executed, and then Dragon saved him. It's pretty entertaining. It's pretty entertaining. I'd say like B, honestly.
I was thinking like C.
It's definitely not with Orange Town. It's definitely better than Orange
I
Town.
think it definitely is better than Orange Town, but it's like I don't know. I didn't think it's like on par with Baratie and Arlong though.
I mean, we have Romance Dawn and B. Those are on par with Baratie and
Yeah,
Arlong.
why is Romance Dawn in V? Come on, realistic to that C tier. No, we need pluses. There's got to be pluses here. Oh God, what did I do? Okay, so I think Romance Dawn is C plus,
Okay,
and then for Loguetown,
C plus.
I was thinking like C plus,
Yeah.
and then I think I would leave this how it is. Reverse Mountain is that when they met Laboon?
Mhm.
I think
That's what happened.
I don't remember being that intrigued by it. Like
It's cool.
it was cool. I'd say C though.
Yeah, I will see.
Myself, I don't. I mean, it was like because they had to what climb the mountain or whatever.
They went it. They went up and then yeah, but they climbed. They went up the mountain and then they ran into Laboon and I remember they got swallowed by him. But and that's when they met Crocus because remember Crocus was living inside him because he kept
Oh
injuring
yeah,
himself.
from Roger's crew.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, it was good, but
I
I
was like,
think it was
see,
just more. It was more story stuff. You know, it wasn't really
yeah.
like I didn't really find it that intriguing in terms of action. Whiskey Peak was when.
I think Vivi was with them. Vivi, that's when Vivi was still like undercover as like one of the Baroque Works people with that other guy. I don't know
What,
if you remember that.
I only remember her duck.
Yeah, no, but she Baroque Works was like the I think one of the bounty hunters or something.
Yeah, I
Remember
remember
how they had
that.
those code names? They had like Miss All
Mister
Sunday,
Miss All
Mister
Sunday, Mister
Mister One,
whatever.
Mister Two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I forgot what Vivi was, but she was one of those. And then I think she like took them there, and then they like sweetened them up, and then um at nighttime they try to like kill him, I think. But then Zoro wasn't fooled, and he like bodied everybody. Oh yeah, and that's when the booger guy was there too. Remember the guy that can like explode his boogers?
I think so.
Yeah, I think they fought
So
him
is
too.
this when Zoro fought Mister One and beat him?
No, that was in Alabasta when
Okay,
he beat him.
that's what I thought. Okay. So you probably remember this one more than I do. So what would you?
I
This is
would
like one arc that I literally just can't remember for the life of me.
I C plus C plus. I was gonna say B, but not C plus.
C plus. Now Little Garden, this bored me.
It was pretty boring. I will
This was
not
really
lie. I mean,
boring to
I did
me.
like it though. I did like it. I did like it.
Like the
But
Giants were cool and funny, but I mean the arc itself, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a sleeper, dude.
yeah,
It
that's not
was.
D though. I'd say
I
C
don't
though.
think it was.
Something
I
D.
don't think it was D. I would think. I would say C myself personally.
Yeah, it was C.
Now Drum Island, I think Wapol was ass. Wapol is the worst villain in the show. First of all, he sucked. I think, other than when Chopper got like they were showing his, was that the flashback when he got the cure mushroom thing, or was that like actual time
That was in a flashback when he got the mushroom to
when he gave it to the
quote unquote
doctor?
heal. Yeah, the doctor, but it was like poisonous. Kill him.
That was or was it not a
Flashback.
flashback?
That was a flashback. That was a flashback.
Okay, yeah, they were showing his flashbacks. That was cool, but I mean, like the arc itself was a very hard watch.
No,
Huh?
no.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
You don't think them dealing with Walpole was not like that was difficult to sit through?
I mean, I still
It wasn't
liked it. I don't know.
trash. It was not trash by any means. It was definitely like solid. I was thinking like C plus.
Sure, that sounds good.
I think
Yeah, C
Sanji
plus.
had one of the most entertaining, other than Water Seven, one of the most entertaining character, like introduction arcs. But Alabasta, I think is better than Baratie and Arlong. I would definitely
B
not put
plus.
it in A. I think B
B
plus
plus.
is definitely a good spot for it
Yeah.
because there are some
It's very
very
slow.
very slow. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that was like felt like 200 episodes.
Yeah, they were walking through the desert for like
Yeah,
years.
that was a
So,
long time. But when it got popping, it got popping. Didn't Lucy fight Crocodile like 4 times?
a couple times. Yeah, I remember I was 3 times. The first time got absolutely bodied, and then what's his name saved him, the bird guy, Pal.
Yeah, he was a good character.
Yeah, and then second time he was like Waterloo. They had some when he drank all that water,
Yes, yeah, yeah.
and then he was he was doing good, and then I forgot what happened. I think he got sucked up again.
But
But
then he like beat him because he had his blood on him, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah. No, that was a really good fight. I think Crocodile. I like Crocodile a lot better than Arlong. Um,
but I do think
way better
Crocodile's
villain.
introduced. I think Crocodile's introduced too early though, because Luffy shouldn't have been able to beat him. It's only like
What do you
the
mean he
beginning
was
arc.
introduced too early? They introduced
Like,
Arlong.
dude, even what's his name said he thought he introduced him too early. Yeah, Arlong not even like that though.
Yeah, but
Talking about Crocodile, like he's like a warlord, bro.
I guess yeah. Who said he was introduced too early?
Buddy Oda.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
I mean, yeah, but it was just I think they with him being introduced early, it was just like and Luffy fighting him multiple times, it was just showing like how strong and how in control Crocodile was. Like you saw how like menacing he was and like how much of a threat he was to everything.
Yeah, but I guess
And the fights that happened in this arc were like the Zoro one, the Nami one, where she fought the porcupine lady, right?
yeah. And then
Yeah, no, these are all.
Usopp. Oh god, that was bad.
Who did he fight? The wolf dude?
If the dog guy, the dog, that was funny. It was like his dog was like a gun or something,
Uh
like a
huh.
cannon. You know what I'm talking about?
I
Like the
think
fat
so.
guy
Yeah.
and like the porcupine lady, not porcupine, the mole lady.
Oh, the mole one was ass. I hated her.
Yeah.
Good. All those were good fights though. Solid fights. Solid fights.
Nah, Usopp's pretty bad, man.
That was the only bad one.
Yeah.
It wasn't like terrible, but it was just like. Uh. Now Jaya,
Nami's wasn't good.
when I'm talking about Jaya, because what happened to Jaya? That's when they met Blackbeard, right?
Yeah.
And then that's when he punched Bellamy.
hmm
Did anything else happen?
Um, lore.
I thought a lot of good lore stuff was happening
Yeah.
during Jaya. I honestly enjoyed it. I really did enjoy Jaya.
Yeah.
I would have to put it in like a B or B plus.
I think B plus.
Yeah,
Actually, I don't know though, because I don't know if there's enough there in order for me to like say it's on the level of Alabasta. It's got like a shorter arc, so.
just because it's short doesn't mean it can't be like high tier though. Like it
I
depends
know.
on
I
how
didn't
much
say
you
that.
enjoy it.
It was like wasn't. I don't know. I guess you could keep it in B plus.
Like from start to finish, I enjoyed it, and like especially that punch that was very very like insane to me personally.
Yeah.
Skypiea though, not terrible, but
Okay. I never disliked this arc, the slightest. Everyone always talked bad about it. I I I always thought it was like C plus, but I never really liked it until like I knew about all the lore behind it,
hmm
and I don't know. It's actually like really good to me. I think it's like B honestly, but
I would
it is
agree with a
very
B.
slow paced,
It
very slow
it
paced.
is very very slow, but I couldn't see it in C plus.
But
Like the good parts are good.
yeah, I mean then again though, like when I first was watching One Piece, I had like a higher attention span, so I didn't mind if it was slow. But it was I don't know. I really like the scenery.
Yeah, if you watch it through and binge it, it's not like if Skypiea was a weekly watch, probably would be D tier, because
Yeah,
it is really hard to get through if you're watching one episode at a time. But if you're just binging it through, watching multiple episodes at a time, it really isn't the worst. But it's still you could definitely see like its length, like it is very beefy,
yeah.
but it's not terrible. I think Anel definitely just he was very strong, and he just got the worst opponent that he could have possibly gotten.
So I think this I don't think Oda said this, but I think in my personal opinion they introduced him too early too because like I
He
don't
did
know.
feel like he got introduced too early because when he got beat, it was like it kind of felt like he was supposed to be like a very very strong character.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, Oda did say though that he had one of the strongest double fruits,
Yeah,
and he still got bodied. I mean, yeah, he can't really help that because of Luffy's double fruit, but still, I feel like he had to have had yeah, and he had observation too. Like, and this was an early arc. He had observation. What they call it, like mantra or something.
I don't
He
even
had
remember. They
observation.
called it something like that. Yeah, it was. He definitely. It was a very unfortunate way of getting beat up. Isn't he gonna? He's supposed to come back though.
He's on the moon right now. I know that.
Yeah, he's supposed to make a return, so I mean, we'll see what's going on with that. But long ring, this is trash.
I was entertained by it. You know,
Huh?
I was entertained by some parts of it, but
You were entertained by Foxy.
no, not Foxy, but
I think any episode that contained Foxy was just bad. I didn't like his character at all. I thought it was very awful.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad overall, honestly. But
Like
yeah, trash is
I
fun.
really, really didn't like that. That's like I think that's the only arc I could actually put in trash.
Yeah,
But Water Seven.
B plus.
Mm,
Maybe honestly.
I was thinking A.
Yeah,
I was thinking A. I think the pacing is a little um weird with it too, but overall it's just like the enemies, the fights, Frankie,
yeah.
all of it's very. I really don't have any
I mean,
complaints with it. Lots of lore.
it was good. It was just annoying. It was an annoying arc. It's at parts because of Usopp.
What did Usopp do?
He was like crying over a boat.
Oh yeah, no, but the fight was really good too with him and Luffy.
I mean, yeah, but I was like, bro, why are you even fighting? Like, come on, it's clear to you like this ship's like unusable.
Yeah, no, he was being kind of a baby, but that was a really good fight. It really, really, that was a really good fight, and I think when Zoro fought, wait, did Zoro fight Kaku in Enies or Water Seven?
That was Enies. I mean, he might have fought in Water Seven, but they got bodied. I know whoever fought in Water Seven got bodied because I remember they when they what were they doing? What were they doing? Um, forgot, but like the what's it called? The CP9. Was that what it's called, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
CP9 members were in that building. I think it was like Iceberg's place,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was like on fire, and then they were fighting, and then that's when Luffy got bodied. And
Mm.
Zoro got bodied. Remember when he was stuck between the building, and then Zoro was stuck in the chimney?
Yeah.
That's how that's how they got that happened. They got bodied like that. So yeah,
You know,
they
Enies.
actually like did a good fight. So
I think. I
Enies.
think. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think Enies is automatic S. I don't think there's any really. Are you debating that or no?
Um, I definitely have better arcs than Eddie's. I
Uh,
don't know if it's S, honestly. I
w-
mean,
what do you
I'd
mean?
say
Isn't
if
that
there was an A plus, I'd put an A plus. I just think it's better arcs, honestly. I think it's slightly overrated. It's still like high up there though.
okay? Let me add an A plus. Okay, but do I still think? Isn't this when he shows Gear second for the first time and third?
You're second and third. Everyone got a power up basically.
Everyone got a power up. Rob Lucci fight was great. The one with that one Bruno, was that his name when he first showed Gear 2? That was such a good fight.
Yeah, Luno. That's his name.
That was great. I mean,
Maybe it
like,
is S tier.
I think so.
I don't know.
I think it is S.
I don't know. It's just something I just don't want to say S, honestly. There's other arcs in the show where I was just in awe, and one of these wasn't in complete awe for this one. I still think it's like A plus though.
I thought this was constant action the whole time. It was great.
It was constant action the whole time. It was I don't know.
I think
I don't know.
S.
Okay, yeah, I can agree.
Now Post-Enies. What's Post-Enies again? What's that?
I mean, that's when they all got their big bounty boosts. I think Luffy got 300 mil, and Zoro got their 120,
Okay.
and then yeah, Alan got big bounty boosts, and then we introduced the Garp officially, where we met Kobe again when he glowed up a little bit,
Oh, that was
and
fun.
then
That was a fun little arc
yeah,
there.
yeah, it was a good arc. I say like B plus,
Yeah, I was saying B plus too. Honestly, I think B plus. Thriller Bark. Hated
not
on.
bad. No,
Hated
damn,
on.
dude, I literally saw your TikTok the other day. You were shitting on it. It's not
I
bad.
said, in my first watch. That's how I felt about it.
It's definitely a funny arc.
It's
I
funny.
liked it.
I like the environment. I thought it was very hard to kind of like keep up with at times in terms of like what was going on because there's so much different stuff going on with like random characters that like you're just meeting. So it's like I don't know, when I'm dealing with like characters who look goofy, I just don't take the story seriously sometimes. Like at that moment in time when I was like 14 watching the show. So I was like I thought some of it was damn near filler. Like I didn't even know what was going on. Um but no, overall, it's not bad. It's
It's
not.
not. I mean, towards the end, they picked up a little bit.
Definitely picked it at the end, and when they worked together to defeat Moria and stuff, that was very good. That was very good action going on right there. Uh, I think realistically, I think it's better than Skypiea for sure. I think it is better than Baratie. Would I say Arlong? I think better than
And
Arlong
B.
too.
Just leave it in B. Leave it in B, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say B tier. Now this Sabaody is an S tier, no doubt. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Sabaody, damn near one of the best arcs in the show. That is some good
Yeah.
stuff. Oh gosh, I don't even have to talk about that one. That is really really good stuff going on right there.
Yes, it is.
Amazon Lily
Honestly,
wasn't
the
biggest
next three
fan.
arcs. What?
Isn't
I'd
that
say A, honestly.
isn't that just when
Not
he
A.
went to
B plus.
Boa's island and then like
Yeah, I still like
fought
thoroughly enjoyed it though.
fought
I
with
still
the
thoroughly enjoyed it.
big
He fought
people?
with his sisters, her sisters. Yeah, it was entertaining. It was definitely
It
entertaining.
was entertaining. I said this in the video that I just posted actually. Like it wasn't bad. It's just like there were definitely some boring parts that like were like not good at all. I thought it was
Honestly,
like B.
yes, not bad. I
I
don't
think
know.
Thriller Bark's
Uh,
better.
no, I mean yeah, but like no at the same time because I was honestly more entertained by Amazon than the Bark.
No, I definitely understand what you're saying. Now, Impel down A plus.
Yeah, I say A plus. Yeah, A plus, A plus, A plus.
I really would want to say S, but I know the pacing was sometimes kind of awful as with a lot of these arcs. But I mean that's kind of you gotta take that into account. But I thought Impel Down was great. I thought Magellan was great. Uh, just seeing everyone again, like Buggy and like wasn't Ace
Wait,
in
you
there
thought?
too, but then he got taken out.
Yeah, well, who you thought who was great? Who?
Just like seeing like Jinbei, Buggy. Who else was there? There were other people there.
Who the hell's Magellan?
Magellan.
Magellan? Who the hell calls him Magellan?
I don't know. I don't know how to say his name.
Magellan, bro. Like, what are you talking
I
about?
thought he was great. He seemed super powerful.
I mean, yeah, not anymore though. Get bodied.
Who even beat him? Luffy? Luffy didn't beat him.
No, no one beat him. No one beat him.
So what are you saying?
Pre-time skip, I'm saying like post-time skip, he get bodied.
He probably got stronger
Doubt it.
somewhat.
Maybe.
But yeah, no, Impel Down's A plus. A lot of people there. I saw people in the comments of that one video saying that they didn't like it, and that's like bad, like
I loved it.
bottom tier. I thought it was a great arc, one of my favorite in the show, to be honest.
Yeah.
Marineford though, that's an S tier.
S tier.
That is an S, definitely an S, definitely an S tier.
I mean, there's nothing else to say. It's
Yeah,
just
nothing else to say about that. That's
S tier.
perfect arc right there. Post war, that was when everyone was training, right?
No, that was the time skip, buddy. They didn't show that. I mean, it showed like
They
where everyone
showed,
was,
yeah, where everyone was, and like Luffy
and
was
that
like
was
on
like
the
when they were
island.
kids. It was like 20, it was like 10, 15 episodes of when they were. It was him, Sabo, and Ace.
Yeah, and they
When
were
they were
showing
kids.
like they would show like 3 episodes of like Usopp on the island or some shit, and then like Zoro like on the thing with.
No, that was in the middle of the war. They do that like in the middle of the war,
Oh, okay. I thought they did that afterwards.
and then
Okay.
they showed like when the war was over. They showed what was up with Luffy after like Law did surgery on him, and then
Oh, okay.
yeah, that was when they were kids.
Okay. Gotcha. So yeah, that was okay.
B.
I was thinking like C plus.
No,
B, you think?
it's
No,
not on the same level with
actually,
Drum Island,
actually,
bro.
no, it is B because lots of lore stuff and just flash. Yeah, you're right. Introduce. Return to Sabaody. What happened then? That's when they like beat the fake Straw Hats,
Yeah,
and that is that it.
no, and you got to see everybody again. I think who did we see first?
Saw
Um,
Nami.
huh?
Saw Nami first.
Did we?
Yeah, she was at the bar, and then Usopp showed up,
It
and
was
then
up.
Yeah, but I'm saying, is that all that happened? Like everyone got together and then be the fake Straw Hats?
basically.
I think it's only like up here because you see everyone again.
Yeah.
You know, you get to see everyone. I think B plus.
Yeah.
Now this is the. Now I'm not even counting Long Ring Long Island as a fucking arc. This is the worst arc in the show.
It's not trash.
Fishman is worse than Syrup Village.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
Because there's actual lore in Fishman Island, and there's no lore in Sewer Village.
I'm still putting
And
Fishman
there are
in D
some really
though.
good moments. There's some really good moments in Fishman Island.
Like what?
When Luffy knocked out like 1,000 people with his conquerors? What do you mean?
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. But still, it's bad. It is bad.
And then you find out that Shirahoshi is what? Neptune, he's one of the weapons. And
Okay.
then you find out that Luffy is gonna quote unquote destroy Fishman Island in the future. Hello?
Yes, I
Like
understand
what?
there's some lore stuff, but like other like the actual like enemy of the arc and just like watching it, it's a very boring watch.
Yeah, he's not good at all,
It
but
is a very boring okay, you know what? I don't even want to put it in C. I'm making a D plus.
no, bro. Just put him in C, bro.
D plus, dude.
Put it in C. Because I will argue that Fishman Island is better than Drum Island. I mean, Little Garden. Little Garden. And it is better than Little Garden. Put it in C.
Whatever. I it is better than Little Garden. Now, Punk Hazard gets a lot of hate.
Yeah,
I don't think it's trash.
it's not.
I think it's definitely slow at first. But like I think when Law fights that one guy, what's his name?
Ogre?
Search for the V.
Vegapunk? Or no, not Vegapunk.
Vigo, I think, right? Or no?
Virgo.
Yeah, I thought that was a great fight. Really good fight. And
Yeah,
when Zoro beat that bird girl, slice and dice, that was fun.
yeah, yeah.
Um, I thought the whole island itself. I thought
Ooh, it's
Kinemon.
yeah. What are you saying about Kinemon?
I was saying I thought Kinemon was kind of annoying because he was not a full human and like he was screaming all the time and I didn't even know who he was and what him his importance was at the time. So it was like, who is this guy? So I thought he was fairly annoying at that time. But I thought the arc itself definitely better than these. Is it?
I think it's better than Skypiea
It
and
has
Baratie.
yeah, it has to be on this level because I don't think it's Alabasta Jaya Post-Enies, but I thought there were some very very hot moments.
Mhm.
I would say B personally. I think. Now Dressrosa.
Top arc, bro.
What?
It's one of the best arcs in the show, bro. Like it's like not debatable. It's one of the best arcs in the show. Even though it's slow pace, it's actually one of those arcs that I don't care. It's slow pace. It's actually just such a
Dude,
good arc.
the whole arena
Dude,
with the
when they were in the
the
Coliseum, that was
kid
so entertaining, bro.
with not with the kid with the toy soldier, I thought that was so boring.
Wait, what?
The toy soldier dude.
Kratos?
The only toy soldier.
Kratos, yeah.
I thought that was so boring.
What do you mean his backstory?
Just everything. They kept showing him. I didn't even want to see him. I didn't.
Okay, but that's not even like the entire arc, bro.
It the second
Like when
half is
Luffy was
great.
fighting the Coliseum. Well, okay, when Luffy was fighting the Coliseum for Ace's fruit, when Sabo got revealed,
Yeah, no, that was
like come
good.
on.
That was good. That was good.
Gear Fourth,
I would say A though.
Law's backstory.
I personally like
So much
Impel
good
more
stuff
than
in that arc.
Dressrosa
Nope. At least
because
same level.
like if Dressrosa was literally like the Coliseum stuff, yeah, and then just not all of that extra fluff, I would say it's A plus, even S.
Okay,
Doflamingo is the
good.
best villain in the show.
Okay, listen. I can give so many reasons why it's better than Impel Down right now. One, introduce the best villain in the show. Okay, you just said that.
He is. He is the best villain in the
Okay,
show. Yes.
boom. Law's backstory, arguably best backstory in the show. Boom. Okay,
Yes.
the
Yes. Yes.
Coliseum stuff, Sabo's reveal, absolutely insane. Fourth gear, even though it looked goofy, still
I don't think it looks goofy, but okay.
still a great part in the show. Okay, and then some of the stuff with the toy soldier was boring, but when he got his redemption on what's his name, that flag guy, that really tall guy that looked like Michael Jackson, kind of. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, pretty sure.
That was good. Okay, what else was I gonna say? Zoro, when he cut Pika in half, it
Great,
was a huge stone.
great.
Absolutely insane. Okay, all that stuff alone is better than anything that happened to Impel Down.
There is
Like,
just
come on,
so much fluff.
you're stupid. Oh yeah, and Fujitora was introduced too.
Okay, A plus, A plus, A plus, A plus,
Exactly.
A plus. I don't think it's S though. I don't. I really don't.
Okay.
S is like the perfect arc, and
It's so perfect.
I don't think Dressrosa is perfect. I think it's top tier. I don't think it's perfect though.
Oh yeah, and the what's it called? What are they called? Uh, the whole thing with Senor Pink. Dude, come on, can't even lie, bro.
That was
That
good.
was fine.
It was.
Exactly.
It was good.
Dude wears his baby stuff because of
Yeah, no, very sad.
his wife. Come on.
Very sad backstory. Great. Really good. But it was just there's so much fluff that it can't be S. It just can't. For me, personally.
Whatever.
Zhao,
Yeah,
never liked it like that.
I like
Personally,
that a lot.
think it's like C plus.
Dude, they found a road poneglyph, man. Come on.
That doesn't make it a B
They got a
plus or
road
B.
poneglyph. The whole thing with Jack destroying and cutting off
Oh
their
my
limbs and stuff.
gosh, Jack is so like
Yeah, he's an L
inconsistent.
of a character, but still, he was menacing at that point in time. Okay, and there was lore too when Momonosuke was able to hear Zunisha's voice, you know, and Luffy's ears were ringing from Zunisha's wailing. Okay, stuff going on there. Good stuff going on. It's not
Lots of
A or
lore,
anything.
but the actual like on screen stuff that's going on is kind of ass.
And we were introduced to a new race. Come on.
Lots of lore. Okay, you know what? You're right. I'll give it a B. No, actually, mm, B plus. No,
Me.
B. B for sure. Whole Cake Island. Now, I think Sanji's thing was one of the best out of best something. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it's the best of that in the show. It was so good. The whole Sanji thing, and then with making him cry, that was so terrible. I was about to cry myself. And then the my only problem with Whole Cake, and I think it's just because I was watching it on a weekly basis at the time because I caught up. It just felt very, especially with the Katakuri fight. That felt like 7 years, but all in all, I think Whole Cake is an A plus, maybe even S.
Okay was even slower than Dressrosa, bro.
No,
Yes, it was.
no.
I mean, even though Dressrosa had more episodes, it felt slower.
Dressrosa,
Because the
literally,
boring parts in Whole Cake were really boring.
what boring
Really boring.
parts?
Like the beginning when they were just in the water, like they were just going, like they were just like sailing for like 20 episodes, trying to make it to Big Mom's what? Because you know how in her territory there's like multiple islands, and they're just going from these random ass islands. You remember that?
Yeah, when he fought Cracker.
I'm talking about even before that, bro.
That's not even Whole Cake.
That is Whole Cake.
That's in
They were
between.
on. They were in her territory. Like they were.
That's like Zhao, post
There's like
Zhao.
10 episodes where they were like just eating chocolate at this one island, bro.
That's like post Zhao.
No, it's not.
I know what you're talking about. Okay, whatever, dude. But like, literally, Luffy pulled up, fought Cracker. That was a great fight. I think. I think that was a great fight. I think the whole thing was Sanji leaving, and then him beating down Luffy, and then Luffy starving himself, and then having to fight the army by himself. Like when he was sitting there by himself, and then you see like Nami crying and stuff, and like all these people are pulling up or whatever. It's great. It's so good. And then when Brooke broke the picture of her mom or whatever, that was great too. And when they did this, they wrecked havoc over there. I thought it was like while they're
Wreaked havoc.
uh
Wreaked havoc. It's not wrecked. It's wreaked.
whatever. When they did all that,
That's not even Brooks' best moment, bro. In that arc,
he had lots of good moments. He was shining.
he that's not his best moment. How'd you even get? That's not even like remotely close to like his
When
best
he
moments.
also stood up to Big Mom.
Yeah, that was definitely the best moment,
Yeah,
and
I'm
he
not.
got the poneglyph.
Yeah, so it was really, and there's a poneglyph.
It's not S
That's
tier
plus a
though. I
point.
said it's A plus though. It's not S tier.
I
I
said
don't
A
know what for
plus.
though.
I said
Okay,
A
yeah, you
plus
said A
S.
plus S. It's A plus. It's not S tier.
Yeah, I was okay. A plus. A plus. Reverie. I thought
Reverie's
Reverie.
fucking boring.
What?
So boring, bro.
They showed the king emu, right, or queen emu, whatever the name is.
Like 10 seconds.
Okay, and
Okay.
there was lots of
Highlight of the
lore.
arc.
You get to see all
Highlight of
these
the
characters.
highlight of the arc is when Luffy got his new bounty, bro. 1.5 billion.
You get to see all these characters,
Yeah, but
and it was like 10 episodes.
huh?
Reverie was like 10 episodes.
13.
Okay, it was an easy 13 episodes.
I was struggling to get through that, honestly, even though it was short, because I was like, oh my god, I just want to get to Wano already.
I say Reverie is. I think B plus.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said, okay.
What do you think? What would you rank it?
C plus.
So C plus. So B it is then. Got lots of B's, and then Wano. There's only one answer, I think.
It's not S, Jordan.
What?
You're stupid. Okay, first of all, yeah, you don't even read the manga for one.
And I
You don't
know
read the
it only
manga.
gets better. It only
Okay, it
gets
does.
better.
But bro, they like the pacing in this fucking arc is ridiculously bad, bro.
I mean,
It's
that's
not good, bro.
said that about
In the
everyone.
beginning, no, we haven't. It's actually terrible in this arc. In the beginning, Luffy was like fighting that sumo guy for like 3 episodes, bro.
What sumo guy? The guy with the line in his chest?
I don't remember. Remember when he was like,
Oh, yeah. That was fun, though. That was good.
dude, that was so boring.
What?
There are some really good moments, but like, I don't know, bro, like, it's really slow.
Okay. Wano isn't complete yet, so obviously I can't say it's S. I think in completion, it will be S.
Maybe.
But I think A plus. Is Whole Cake better?
I'd say yeah for right now.
Um,
Just put an A. It's not even done yet.
no, but it's like the highlights of Wano. What are the highlights of Wano, right? Odin flashback was fun. Kaido killing Orochi. I didn't even think Orochi died, to be honest. I thought that was fake.
You're saying your highlights. That's it.
Yeah, but I was saying I didn't even think Orochi died, and I thought you were gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't know if he died either," or something like that. I thought it was fake. That's what I'm saying. I thought that was fake, so I don't even like. I think that should have affected me more, but it like didn't.
I mean, I don't know. You still said you're gonna say your
I
highlights. So you gotta say the
am, but
highlights.
you could
Okay,
talk
go.
well. Oh my goodness.
I want to hear
Okay.
your highlights.
Um. Okay. Let's see. Obviously, them infiltrate Luffy and Kaido clashing. That was great. That was really
Yeah.
really good. Um. Zoro's beast of a move on Killer. That was cool. That was fun. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what happened. I mean, no, actually, I guess you're right. I'll put it in A for now.
What do you think of
What?
when you think about every arc that's above Wano in this list? You could think of a lot more moments that are better. That are like better
I
than
think
any moment.
Impel Down and Completion is currently better than Wado, or on par if anything. But like I think there's just a lot going on in Impel, especially story wise. Dressrosa. I mean, that was just lots of lore for itself, and then the whole fight with Doflamingo, that was great. Whole cake, the Sanji thing, and fucking Big Mom, and it was good. It was good, really good. Okay, so can you agree with an A Wano?
Yeah.
So let's rearrange these with this side, left side of the thing, being the highest. You know what I mean?
Fishman top.
Fishman top of C.
Fishman's better than Orangetown, Reverse Mountain, and Little Garden.
Okay, dude. Whatever.
You think Orangetown's better than Fishman Island? I know it's not a great arc, but there's so much lore that they did good
No,
moments in it.
okay,
There's not a single
I
good
got
moment in
you. I
Orangetown.
got you. I think C tier's in order though.
Reverse Mountain's better than Orangetown. Orangetown's at the bottom.
Bottom? No. Yeah. Whatever.
Both giants were so much
No, you're
entertaining
right.
in
You're
there.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
The villains of Little Garden were way better than
Romance
Lucky.
Dawn was C plus bottom. Drum Island might be C
Whiskey
plus
Peak is
bottom.
probably the top.
Loguetown was
Loguetown.
good. I think Loguetown could be C plus top,
Yeah,
and then Whiskey, Romance, and then Drum.
yeah.
Okay, B is gonna be a tough one. Best arc in B. Arlong.
Sure.
I'm thinking Arlong. I think Skypiea is probably on the lower end. Baratie's probably somewhere in the middle. You think Amazon Lily's better than Baratie?
I did enjoy it more, yes.
Okay. Thriller Bark. What about Thriller Bark? How you feeling about that? I think Thriller Bark's on the upper half.
Yeah, you keep it there.
Thriller, Amazon Lily, Post-War, Baratie, Punk Hazard, Zal. Is Zal better than Punk
Oh,
Hazard? No,
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 no.
no, no. I think this is fine.
Yeah.
I think that's fine how it is. Return to Sabaody. I think that's fine where it is. Post-Enies. I think I think B plus is also fine, honestly.
Mhm.
Huh?
Yeah.
I think Wano's better than Water 7.
Yeah.
Um, I personally would say an A plus that Whole Cake is the best one. And
You
then
think Dressrosa is the worst?
Dressrosa's in the middle and then Impel.
I don't even know. I don't know.
I personally would say Whole Cake is closest to S.
I think Dressrosa is closer, honestly.
Well, those are interchangeable because either way, like one of us is gonna disagree with that. And then I see ah I ah yeah, Marineford has to be the best arc in
Best
the
arc in
show.
the show, man.
And
Come
then
on.
Sabaody, I think.
Yeah.
And then Enies. Yep. And I think that's it. I think that is everything for the tier
Did you already
list.
do One Piece opening tier list?
I did. I
What about
did.
Black Clover?
I did. I did.
Black Clover opening?
I did.
I did see that. What about arcs in Black Clover?
I don't even know the arc names. I
I
will.
mean, it'll be a short video though.
I could definitely do like Naruto arcs or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but that's One Piece. That is One Piece tier list. That was solid. I think that's a solid list. Very distributed evenly, other than B tier. But
Hmm.
yeah,